Balanced Essentials is an Australian aromatherapy company devoted to health and well-being, using the highest quality therapeutic essential oils in its all-natural product range. Each oil is subjected to quality control procedures to ensure scientific evidence of its properties. This unique collection, superbly presented, describe the effect on the mind and relate to an energy center of the body. Beautiful blends that will uplift, calm, focus your awareness are vital for your skin and will inspire you. The inclusion of crystals to promote and amplify the properties of the products support results that offer a profound and beneficial approach to health and well-being. Take a deep breath. Now sit back and relax. Awaken your senses with Balanced Essentials.
Now, for nearly 30 years, Balanced Essentials has literally changed so many lives. Pain is a huge issue here in Australia, and millions of Australians are in pain every single day. But you know, the thing is, no one really deserves, do they, to be in pain. Your quality of life just isn't the same. Now, so many people around our country are literally putting up with pain, and they may just have given up hope. Perhaps that's you. But this hour, we are going to be focusing on two hero products from the range, from Be Relieved and from Be Sport. And it is backed by science. It is listed by that government agency. We're allowed to say that. So this could be a life-changing show for you just to watch at the end of the day. Now, for over 30 years, Be Relieved has been doing exactly what it's called, relief. And Be Sport has been for a variety of conditions, including your muscular aches and pains, your mild joint pain and stiffness that you might have, muscle cramps, mild arthritis, mild rheumatoid, or whatever the word is, that word, and those pains. Bruise pains, you name it, swelling, cold hands and feet, the list goes on, and even stress and anxiety, tiredness and fatigue. Well, have we got a deal for you? Have we got a show for you? And I want to show you that right away before we go any further. Here are the details on your screen. The Australia famous Be Relieved and Be Sport, literally thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people have reviewed these products. If you've been one of the long-standing viewers of this product and lovers of this product, and there are, as I said, thousands around this nation, then I want you to have a look at this clip, and so you can learn more, and we'll be back the other side of this. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers, and it feels like there is chaos out there. Even if we hide ourselves in our room, we're bombarded with images, we're bombarded with fear, we're bombarded with social media, other people's fear. You know, we've been through devastating times, we've been through drought, bushfire, flooding, and now the current, you know, panic on all the madness that's out there at the moment. We tune into this collective consciousness of anxiety. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers and people are starting to slow down, maybe we should go back to nature and think back a few thousand years and think they weren't so wrong at all. Now, the first thing I want to say is a huge congratulations to Cheryl. She's joining us here in the studio. Hello, my gorgeous, and welcome back. It's amazing to see you again, and so much feedback, like since you launched it back on TV, the feedback's been incredible.
It's been absolutely huge, and I'm so grateful for the many customers that have rung the office and been overwhelmed. Especially the new customers absolutely love the product. The feedback has been incredible. So.
Now, you've literally changed the lives of many Australians, and the product Be Relieved that we're about to talk about is the hero from the range. Now, that has been all about Australians in pain.
Yes.
Did you think 30 years ago that you would have had such a huge success with this product?
No, I knew it was good, and I knew there was nothing else like it on the market, but I had no idea it would be as popular as it turned out to be, as versatile as it is. And the feedback, the changes to people's lives have been immense, and it continues to be so. So it's just absolutely wonderful in that way to know that the product can help so many people out there.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to really ask you a question. I'm going to make a statement, if you don't mind. This is actually proven to work, isn't it?
It has. There's a lot of criteria that goes through to have these listed as a medicine, so you can actually talk about what they do, rather than just say, here are these oils in a bottle, go for it, this is the product. And so you have to be extremely careful. It takes quite a lot to go through. And I was very fortunate that I was able to have so many things that this particular that these products can do. It's not just 2 or 3. It's a page and a half basically for both of all the things, because they're anti-inflammatory, they're analgesic, they're antispasmodic.
Yeah.
Antimicrobial. So you can imagine the number of things that just one of these products on their own can actually do.
And used traditionally in aromatherapy, incredible results. Now, thousands upon thousands of Australians love, and they've known you for years, Cheryl, with your amazing brand Balanced Essentials. But for those who don't know you, tell us about your journey from where you came from to how you got here. Because it's a great journey. You've done so much.
It's interesting the way that life goes and how things come about. But from a young child, I loved perfume. I loved smells, and I was always trying to mix my auntie's perfumes. I have done a little bit of everything. I've opened a shop in Beecroft in Sydney, which concentrated on selling aromatherapy and essential oil products. I've done a little bit of nursing, I've done pathology paramedic, just many different things, and I've been involved in marketing, and so all of those things were really interesting because I had no idea, with all the changes I'd made, how it would come together. And I know a lot of people that end up years down the track and they go, now I know why I did all of those things. And I must say it's all come together, and especially since going on television years ago, I had no idea, because I was absolutely terrified of going on TV and talking about the product.
What do you think the chord was, the chord that struck success? What point do you think that really got people to embrace that product? Because there were a lot of sceptics out there.
Way back then when I started, I was trying to work out, how do you sell a smell on television? How do you explain what it does? So we know all the conditions that it can actually treat, you know, lots of inflammation, mild arthritis, cuts, scratches, minor burns, all sorts of things. It's like a first aid in a bottle. But I think the main thing was the thermal imaging was something that I felt was very important, and being able to do thermal imaging to show the before and after of application and how that worked was the one thing on especially on the television that we were doing, to explain the difference. And that's really when it started to take off and being on a current affair.
And so the thermal imaging is on the screen, and this you did to basically prove to current affair and the skeptics the efficacy of this product, how quickly it works, and explain to us what we're seeing on the left and the right if we're not familiar with thermal imaging?
You're looking at, well, that previous one was of the feet, and that was arthritis in the feet. They were before and after. Now, you only have to apply it between 3 to 5 minutes. You find it's that quick to actually start to make a difference to the body, and you can see the white hot is the most inflamed area, followed by the red, and followed by orange from there. So you can see the difference in the pain. Now, that was without massage. It was just application of the actual product.
Now, I'm going to get into the thermal imaging in a bit more detail in a moment, but I just really want to talk about what we've got in the pack, because you've got an opportunity to get one Be Relieved and a Be Sport. They work beautifully together. The Be Relieved is so versatile. Think about your arthritis, your joint inflammation, your muscular aches, pains, cramps, spasms, all of those things that we can say about this. For $119, and you can also get a purchase with purchase. If you want to do an add-on offer, you've got your Be Uplift and Be Calm. Have a look at those on the website, aroma.com.au. You need all of it. You need everything in this range, I'm afraid. But we're going to focus in on the Be Relief first. Cheryl, I want to know about its properties, what it works on, and how does it work?
Well, Be Relieved would be the most versatile product that I have in the range. It's a natural product. It is made from a blend of essential oils. You have 13 ingredients in there. It really covers a lot of different things because it's analgesic, antimicrobial, antispasmodic. If you're looking at any sort of pain, you're going to look at a significant reduction in inflammation. Now, if you reduce the inflammation, you're going to be reducing the pain, and then you're allowing the body to heal quicker from there.
So
it's the difference too between the two, to make it simple. Be Sport is a stimulating blend.
Yeah.
Be Relieved is a more calming blend.
Right.
So Be Relieved, especially at night time when you're wanting to sleep, because it also helps with sleeplessness. And if you apply that, you often get a much better night's sleep.
It's so calming. Now, I'm going to take this back to the thermal imaging that we saw before. If you have arthritis in your feet, you'll recognise yourself in the before, in the shot on the left. It's that red hot pain. And how long did it take for it to subside after the application of the Be Relieved, Cheryl?
Well, it started to make a significant difference between 3 and 5 minutes. You might get by through till the end of the day. It depends. In the very beginning, when you start using it, you're going to need to apply it more because you've got a lot of existing inflammation. Most people end up using it in the morning and at night.
And what are we seeing here? What are we feeling here, Cheryl?
A person with a lot of neck pain. Obviously, they might have been sitting at a computer all day or been out gardening, but you can see there that you've got the red hot orange and
pain,
the yellow from there. So that's the most painful areas.
So you apply Be Relieved, and then 3 to 5 minutes. Wow.
So there's a huge difference. And that's what was so surprising for people, because they had no idea. I was one of the first, as far as I know, to actually do thermal imaging to show how aromatherapy worked. And too, we also did some application on the stomach and abdomen, which showed that it actually affected the bowel, which no one knew at the time. They kept saying
we can have a look
couldn't do it.
We can have a look at the bowel, and these were done. Cheryl did these, and she, basically explained to Current Affair, who basically ended up saying these were miracle oils, because it's in front of your eyes, thermal imaging. This is scientific, and those shows are always after something negative story. But Cheryl turned around and said, "Nah, I've got the proof," and she did it there and then for them. And look at this. I mean, that on the left looks like irritable bowel or some kind of really bad tummy cramp, menstrual cramp or something like that.
It was irritable bowel. And you can see the difference in the white hot area. You can imagine how cramped it is. And you can see it's a tinier area. The one on the right is where it's relaxed. So the bowel is actually relaxed, which often means that if you suffer from constipation, it can also help a little bit with that too, because the bowel's relaxed. And that's a massive change. And of course, you can imagine that that person was very happy to be out of that much pain at the time.
So if you know anybody who's got those conditions, I mean, what about the back? I mean, I'm feeling that this guy here, I can see coming down the spine down to the sacrum.
Yes.
Sacrum is where I get it really, really bad. And look at the white hot areas. I mean, this person, the back pain, it's that miserable feeling. You just want to cry. I think if your back hurts, everything hurts.
It impacts on so much because, you know, to sit, to stand, even to lay down.
It's debilitating,
isn't it? If you have the back pain, it's absolutely awful for a lot of people. And they go through physiotherapists or they go to a chiropractor, which can often give them relief. But you've got to have something at home because it's only temporary. You need to have something that you can use much more often to get that inflammation down during the day and to help you get through the day, because if you go through too much pain, it can lead to anxiety, it can lead to depression, your life. It changes every single part of your life.
Yeah, totally. And, you know, I've got real people, real results here. I've got something I'd like to share with you. This was a beautiful, this was actually only sent November, so it would have been...
these were the latest
ones. A review for you. I've suffered from chronic arthritis for many years, and in that time I think I've tried every known product to man. As you might imagine, I've become very sceptical over time, as the relief provided by nearly all of those products never matched the hype. I have to admit, I only tried B Relief once, but the result was nothing short of amazing. Most of the pain disappeared and stayed that way for a few hours until it slowly wore off. I wish I'd discovered it much earlier. So that is just one person who got relief from their arthritis. Now, if you want to jump on board the pain relief train, then you need to order your pack now. Literally $119. These are premium grade therapeutic oils that you have here that have been listed with that government agency, who confidently say that the oils within these are very, very good at traditionally helping and assisting with certain responses to arthritis and joint inflammation and back pain and stress and all of those things, nerve pains. The list goes on. I've actually seen the agency listing, and it went on and on and on with what these can do.
Yes.
Now, this is a fantastic time to order, everyone. We've not got long to go, so we want you to get your pack and not miss out. Have a look at this. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers, and it feels like there is chaos out there. Even if we hide ourselves in our room, we're bombarded with images, we're bombarded with fear, we're bombarded with social media, other people's fear. You know, we've been through devastating times, we've been through drought, bushfire, flooding, and now the current, you know, panic on all the madness that's out there at the moment. We tune into this collective consciousness of anxiety. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers and people are starting to slow down, maybe we should go back to nature and think back a few thousand years and think they weren't so wrong at all. Wow, it's a busy world, isn't it? And life gets in the way and it causes all sorts of issues with our inflammations and our pains. And one thing we do hear a lot about is chronic pain. Cheryl, I want you to tell me, what sort of things do people suffer with chronic pain? And then I want to pick some of those apart.
Well, I think a lot of it with chronic pain is the pain of arthritis is one of them. You've got your back pain, which can be chronic. There's many different ways that inflammation can impact on the body. And
well, things like reduced mobility, So you've had your
Yes.
freedom taken away from you. Your wings have been clipped in life.
You're often trying to walk, and I know people that have arthritis of the feet say they feel like their feet are going to break if they're actually walking, and they find it very difficult to have flexibility or any sort of movement. And the difference it can make can mean that they can get through the day, and then when they get to the end of the day, they go, I didn't even think of my feet today. And
Because
that's
of the Be Relieved.
massive change.
Yeah, that's huge. So you got your Be Relieved, your Be Sport, $119. Now, that will be delivered to you free. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee, but you will get absolutely, these will become a staple in your first response kit for sure. There's also an add-on of the Be Calm and Be Uplifted, two of my favourites. Go on the website and have a look at it. Have a look at this video and we'll be back the other side of this. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers, and it feels like there is chaos out there. Even if we hide ourselves in our room, we're bombarded with images, we're bombarded with fear, we're bombarded with social media, other people's fear. You know, we've been through devastating times, we've been through drought, bushfire, flooding, and now the current, panic on all the madness that's out there at the moment. We tune into this collective consciousness of anxiety. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers and people are starting to slow down, maybe we should go back to nature and think back a few thousand years and think they weren't so wrong at all. I've always known that I can use oils with animals. Up until I came to Australia 13 years ago, I always had horses. And one of the things I would do with the horses, if they were particularly skiddy, I used to have a box of like 26 oils, and I'd bring the oils out, and invariably the horse would choose the oil that it wanted. So I've known for, many, many years that this was very powerful with animals. But Reggie was a puppy, and he's a particular type of puppy. He's a moodle. And historically, I know from friends who have any type of oodle that they tend to get a little bit of separation anxiety and they can be a little bit nervy. I think I've got one of the most chilled oodles in the world. But from a very early age, I would rub a little bit of Be Calm on his tummy, or, I'd just give him a little massage while I was watching TV into his fur. And he comes for it now, he looks for it. You only have to go and do your research to know that the olfactory system, the power of smell, is the most powerful sense that we have. When you smell something, it bypasses all of these neurons and synapses and all these processes in your brain, and it goes straight to trigger something in your brain. And that's proven. Whether that's a memory or a feeling or a sensation, it hits the spot. It doesn't have to be filtered or processed. Oh, look. There will always be skeptics, and everybody's entitled to, their beliefs. And I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers and people are starting to slow down, maybe we should go back to nature and think back a few thousand years and think they weren't so wrong at all. You go back to ancient times and they were using plants as medicine and aromatherapy. In fact, the father of modern medicine himself, Hippocrates, said 5,000 years ago, the very plants that grow on our grave could be the plants that save us. So I think, although there are skeptics, there is becoming an awakening, there's becoming a shift in mindset as perhaps people are realising that this fast-paced, instant gratification world is actually not working. Now, Cheryl, I'm going to put you on the spot. Why do we need both of them?
You have a choice. I always suggest, if you haven't used the products before, buy both, because you're going to be getting different actions between the two. Sometimes if you are in a lot of pain, if you've done a lot of injury, it might be that you've fallen over and you've had fractures. You may even use the both of them in the one day. So
So you can use them both in one day?
You can apply one and then apply the other one.
I would use the Be Sport not at night though, because it is stimulating, and it's great if you're a bit down in the dumps as well.
That's right.
It lifts you up, doesn't it?
It's very uplifting in the way that it smells. It's got a very, very lovely uplifting scent. And you'll find too, we've got to listen to our bodies more, because we find that our body will tell us which one's working the best. Yes. And that's why having the choice of both of them is fantastic, because you can say, well, today this one is working a bit better, or you can use the other one to say, I want to be more calmer today. Mm. And
what if I'm on other medications? Can I use them?
As far as we know, there's no known contraindication with any other medication. And that's what's really lovely. It's a natural product too, and it's applied to the skin. So you're not taking it by mouth. Within 3 to 5 minutes, it is absorbed into the areas, and it goes through into the circulation as well.
And the Be Sport as well. I know we've seen thermals before. I think the back is the Be Sport, isn't it, that we look at in the thermal imaging. How long would that have been for that to have changed from the before to?
Oh, 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes.
Which is surprising, because people can't believe that it would be only such a short period of time. And I think that's what was wonderful about having the thermal imaging, that we could actually visually prove it. We knew what was happening. We knew that when you put it on, you felt that relief of pain, within minutes. But to actually have the thermal imaging to show a before and after shot was such a good thing to be able to do that, because it's such a small period of time. If you have to take medication by mouth and it has to go through the digestive process, it can often take over 30 minutes before you start to feel any relief.
That's so true. And then you've got side effects. And I think, why, when it's something so natural, so powerful, so potent,
yes,
why that can work so quickly, why wouldn't we do that? And I know I've done it myself. I've convinced myself, I'll go down the endone route because it's been prescribed, and that is going to be the most powerful thing for my pain. It's invasive. Yes. It can be addictive. It might have side effects. It can cause you constipation. You name it, it does it. Everything has its place. I'm not saying it doesn't, totally. But if there is an alternative that you can try to assist you with that quality of life, why not give it a go?
Yeah.
Now,
and that's where people are changing. They're turning very much to wanting to be able to use a natural product as opposed to the existing medication that perhaps was causing them a lot of other problems as well.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that. It's time to order, everybody, on the phones. Go to the website, aroma.com.au. Pick up your deal for $119, 30-day money-back guarantee and free delivery. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers, and it feels like there is chaos out there. Even if we hide ourselves in our room, we're bombarded with images, we're bombarded with fear, we're bombarded with social media, other people's fear. We've been through devastating times. We've been through drought, bushfire, flooding, and now the current, panic on all the madness that's out there at the moment. We tune into this collective consciousness of anxiety. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers and people are starting to slow down, maybe we should go back to nature and think back a few thousand years and think they weren't so wrong at all.
Balanced Essentials is an Australian aromatherapy company devoted to health and well-being, using the highest quality therapeutic essential oils in its all-natural product range. Each oil is subjected to quality control procedures to ensure scientific evidence of its properties. This unique collection, superbly presented, describe the effect on the mind and relate to an energy center of the body. Beautiful blends that will uplift, calm, focus your awareness are vital for your skin and will inspire you. The inclusion of crystals to promote and amplify the properties of the products support results that offer a profound and beneficial approach to health and well-being. Take a deep breath. Now sit back and relax. Awaken your senses with balanced essentials.
Now, for 30 years, Balanced Essentials has literally changed so many lives out there. Pain itself is a huge issue in Australia. Millions of Aussies are in pain every single day. But the thing is, no one deserves to be in pain. Now, your quality of life isn't just, it can be a lot more than just the pain at the end of the day. Now, maybe you've given up hope. Maybe you're thinking, what can I actually do? Well, during this show, we are focusing on two of the heroes from the Balanced Essentials range. And it's going to be Relieved and Be Sport. Now, all of which are backed by science. They are listed by that government agency. And also we've got thermal imaging as proof of how life-changing they can be for people living with pain and even chronic pain. Now, for 30 years, Be Relieved has been doing exactly what it's called. It's been providing relief for people out there. And Be Sport has been through great for a variety of conditions, including your muscular aches and pains, mild joint pain, stiffness, muscle cramps, arthritis, rheumatic aches, bruise pains, swelling, cold hands and feet, stress and anxiety, tiredness, fatigue. It helps with post-exercise recovery as well. If you like to do a bit of a workout, it's a game changer for you. Now, before we meet our guests, I'd like to get into the deal because it's a fantastic opportunity. For just $119, you can get both of them, and you will use both of them at different times. They work, together for different things. So you've got your Be Relieved, your Be Sport, $119. Now, that will be delivered to you free. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee, but you will get absolutely, these will become a staple in your first response kit for sure. There's also an add-on of the Be Calm and Be Uplifted, two of my favourites. Go on the website and have a look at it. Have a look at this video and we'll be back the other side of this. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers, and it feels like there is chaos out there. Even if we hide ourselves in our room, we're bombarded with images, we're bombarded with fear, we're bombarded with social media, other people's fear. We've been through devastating times, we've been through drought, bushfire, flooding, and now the current, panic on all the madness that's out there at the moment. We tune into this collective consciousness of anxiety. I think in this world that is, as I said earlier, so frantic and people are searching for answers and people are starting to slow down, maybe we should go back to nature and think back a few thousand years and think they weren't so wrong at all. Nature knows best, and at the end of the day, Hippocrates, like 5,000 years ago, said the very plants that grow on our grave are the very plants that could have saved us. And that somehow sticks with me when I think about this particular products that we have here, the potency, the efficacy, how quickly they work, how they've changed the lives of thousands of Australians. And I've got some testimonials that I'd like to share with you from Cheryl's customers. So there's one that says, I was your consistent buyer of the Be Relieved and Be Sport since you began. Your products helped me through 20 years following a severe work accident which affected my spine and both my legs. I've never found a replacement as good as either of your Be Sport and Be Relieved. Another one says, I use Be Relieved on my children for cuts and abrasions. It helps to heal them quickly. Be Relieved is a lifesaver for arthritis, damaged nerves and muscles. The list goes on. Somebody here who's got nerve numbness, pain relief she used it for, and pre-hospital anxiety and nerves. And I see so many people I know almost,
Yes.
this is the story, this could be one of them, and what they've reached for to help with these different conditions when everything Mother Nature could have provided is here in these bottles.
Well, we've used plants and essential oils for thousands of years, and we're coming now where I think a lot of people are so aware about their potency. But these have been put together. They're not a simple blend. There are around about 13 ingredients in each one. And that's a very complex blend. And that's why they work in the way that they do, why there are so many things, the conditions that can be helped with it, because we're talking about muscular aches and pains, we're talking about sleeplessness, we're talking about mild anxiety, we're talking about cuts, scratches, minor burns. All the things that you think that you would need in your house is in one bottle. And I think that's where the simplicity is. You've got something that works within 3 to 5 minutes. It comes out of one bottle. You can apply it to the skin. And within that short period of time, you know that it's actually working for you.
Are there any stories that have stood out to you over the past 30 years in particular? There must be one or two that...
There's just a huge amount. I cannot... We've got thousands of testimonials.
You've literally got tombs of books.
We've got folder after folder after folder. There's quite a lot on the new website that we've had for a little while now. But funnily enough, I did a Google search the other day and I only found 6 reviews on Google, because most people either send me a letter or an email, or they actually send it and put it through onto the website. So I was really quite surprised. It was only Google searches. But the amount of people that tell me that it's changed their life has been significant. And they're even using it for their pets these days.
I use it with mine as well.
And I think some of the stories of children who come, little toddlers coming in, and they lift up their top and they point to their tummy ache to have the product applied. Now, they don't know how to express that they're in pain except to lift up their top and to show their mum so that it can be applied. And to have one person applied it to their dog who had cancer and was in a lot of pain, and nothing much was helping. And after applying it to the dog, it would then go to the coffee table and take the bottle off the coffee table and take it to whoever was in the house. So we've got people that are actually trying it for different things in that way, and it becomes a family affair.
Now, so people who are just switching on now, welcome. Could you give us a précis of some of the conditions that this may assist with?
If we're talking about
Be Relieved.
Be Relieved, we're talking about mild arthritis, we're talking about cuts, scratches, minor burns, muscular aches and pain, fibromyalgia, even shingles. Some people are rather surprised that skin conditions can be helped with it. So just there's so many different things. Headaches.
Well, we're looking at the neck here. Explain this, the before shot of this thermal imaging that you had taken of somebody with this condition.
Well, you're looking at someone that has neck pain, and possibly because of sitting on a computer throughout the day, bending over, gardening. Quite a bit of pain there, you can see by the red hot colour.
So you popped it on all over that area?
So it was put on the shoulders, on the neck, and a little bit further down the back. And within 3 to 5 minutes you could see the massive change.
Wow.
And it was lovely. We knew that it was happening. We had that many customers that were commenting on how much relief they were getting. But to actually be able to show a picture and visually show with thermal imaging how it was changing.
In 5 minutes.
Within that period of time, yes. And at that point in time, as far as we know, that was the first time worldwide that the thermal imaging had been shown to actually work that quickly.
Now, maybe you've got issues with your tummy. It could be ladies' issues or IBS. That can really, crippling, contracting pain that you can see there is the white area on the left, isn't it?
Yes, that's the most painful area, the white hot area, followed by the red, followed by the orange, and then the yellow. And you can actually see then the change, and you can see that the bowel has relaxed on the second image there. And that's how it has begun to work within 3 to 5 minutes. So you can imagine if you go a little bit further past that time or put another dose on later, and you can use it as often as you feel you need it. So if in an hour's time you've got more inflammation, more pain, then you can quite happily apply the product again.
Now, this was the B Sport that we're looking at here, wasn't it? Talk us through what the person on the left, what they're feeling before you've applied the B Sport.
They would have felt very much in pain.
So the white hot areas again are?
The white hot is the most painful areas. So that they show up on thermal imaging as the white hot areas, followed by red, followed by orange. So you can see the amount of pain, and that person would have found it very difficult in movement, found it difficult to sit at a desk. It would have been very debilitating for them. And within that 3 to 5 minutes of applying it, you can see the significant change. There's still some problems on the right-hand side, the white hot, but over time, the more you use it, the more it helps get rid of that existing inflammation.
Wow. Just if you could see yourself in that picture on the left, just think how you would feel. Now, are you sitting there and you're putting up with pain? And, you know, for some way, it has become a natural way of life for you. You've just accepted it. That's your norm. You don't have to. You really don't. I'd love you to give these a whirl, because you've got almost like a certain trial period, if you like. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can give it a go. Put it on those areas that are causing you the mither. This is a brand that has been around changing people's lives for 30 years. She has thousands upon thousands of letters, testimonials, stories, customer feedback about how her products have changed people's lives. It's literally helped people to get a better quality of life. So if you're thinking there, I've got this twinge in my neck, my arms ache, I've got numb fingers, I've got numb feet, I suffer every month with ladies' time. Maybe this is the way to go.
Yeah, it's well worth a try. You'd be very surprised with how they actually work and how quickly they work. Now, if you're going to apply it to the body, always put it on a little bit larger area. Say it's arthritis in the hands. Well, I would apply it up the arm, because you're going to have the tendons and the muscles impacted as well. Now, think about it. The larger the skin area you cover, the larger the dose of the active ingredients. So if you have knee problems, I always suggest put it below the knee and then up the thigh as well. And you'll be surprised at the difference, the profound difference that it can make.
And the other thing I've noticed is if you have spasms, I tend to get a lot of spasms, and particularly at night. It could be in my hands or it could be my legs lock. The most painful thing in the world.
They're horrible, especially the calf muscle if you've been exercising.
You pop it on, you rub it in, and as much I just think to myself, just breathe through it. 3 to 5 minutes, breathe through it, and it's gone. And it's incredible. It really is. Now, you've got an add-on as well. If you go to Cheryl's website, aroma.com.au, you'll be able to see all of her other products as well, because she's got the incredible Bee Light that I'm using at the moment. Wow.
That's great.
Wow. it's like a cellulite cream, but it's not. It's also good for it's a listed product. It's also good for your gout and other things. You know, neuropathy, fluid.
It's more for fluid.
And
Yes.
I took it. Can I tell you a quick secret? I had it. And I lay down in bed. I shouldn't have taken it. I shouldn't have done it at night because I went and did the biggest wee-wee. I didn't know that I was holding on for that amount of fluid, that amount of water. I had no idea. So it is, sorry, too much information, but that product is incredible if you are holding on to fluids, you've got any fluid retention. Anyway, I digress. No other stories I want to share with you. Go to Cheryl's website, the Be Calm. My dogs love that. Your dogs will love that as well. And that's great for calming you down as well if you've got a little bit of anxiety. And the Be Uplifted, which just... And all of the information will be on Cheryl's website. So if you want to learn about each and every product in the range, today we're focusing on the hero and the other hero. They're all heroes, in my opinion.
With people... These are the two that start people off.
And then you get hooked.
And then they branch out from there and they go because they feel comfortable. They go, these work. I want to try other things. But even if you just purchase one of them, Be Relieved or Be Sport, you're going to get an effect and it will help you learn. So have a look at the website because we've got a number of options there. And you can always ring us too if you are confused and wanting to know more about the product.
And you do have long chats with your customers,
And
don't
I
you?
do. I had a lovely chat about an hour's worth the other day with a lovely lady in Victoria and she was just gorgeous.
And the other thing I want to say is that you said to me that a lot of more, senior people, surprisingly, are coming to you and they're looking for natural relief.
They are.
They really get the concept.
Yes, they do, and they're very aware. They're very disappointed these days, I think, in existing treatments that are available. And I'm finding they're wanting natural. They're wanting to learn more about their bodies. And we are going to have significant changes in the future. We are going to be looking at different ways of healing. And I love aromatherapy and essential oils because it's such an old remedy that is very relevant these days, and it works so quickly, and it's just, to me, one of the most amazing things.
And you think about people in professions, you're on your feet all the time, you're a cook, you're a chef, you're a tradie, you're lugging, you're digging trenches, you're working down the supermarket, you're wrecking your body on a daily basis. And you need that. It comes back to haunt you, but you need that support. You really do. And the fact that you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, get it home, try it on all of your areas. Now, I'm just going to show you again the thermal imaging because it blows my mind. The pain on the images that you're going to see. Oh, this isn't the thermal, sorry, this is the pain map. Maybe you identify with pain going down your lumbar spine, or maybe you have got pain in the knee. You've got that inflammation and it's swelling and you can't bend your knee and you've got the joint stiffness in the elbow, in the neck. Now, one bit of feedback that my producer is saying he's heard is that people... so true, suffer isolation because they're in so much pain.
Yeah.
What happens when you're in pain? You don't want to go out, you don't want to socialise, you don't want the grandkids on you. It becomes a very, very lonely space. So the quality of life is ultimately affected. I mean, Cheryl, you must have heard this many times.
I have, and I've heard stories of people that would rather stay in bed, can't go out to play with the children, and then after using the products for a little while, they're actually out there walking in the park. Their children are amazed that mum can come out and be with them again. And the stories that I hear are quite incredible, and it really does break your heart sometimes, but there are so many people out there that are alone, looking after themselves, trying to do things, and this gives them the comfort. And I think that's what I love about it, because you need comfort. You need to help with the anxiety too, because if you're in pain, you get frightened. You think, is it going to get worse? What am I going to do? And if you have something that will actually deal with anxiety as well as the pain and inflammation, that's going to help you so much that then you may not need anything more than that.
It's hard to focus when you're going through chronic pain. and it, you know, is lonely, it's isolating. As you said, there's the anxiety. It can lead to, you know, a depression, and it's this awful, self-fulfilling prophecy that goes round. But listen, we're nearly at the end of the show. Goodness me, I could chat to you all day, lady. You need to place your order and give it a go. What have you got to lose? Be honest. Pain. You could lose your pain, you could lose your stiffness, you could lose potentially your joint inflammation, all of those things that are ripping you of the joy of life that you deserve. And I am so convinced that when you get this home, not only would be recommending it to your friends and your family, you will never be without this product again. Cheryl's customers have been with her, you know, half a lifetime. They do not digress because they have got results. So $119 gets you the Be Relieved Be Sport. Go onto her website, have a look around. You want to have a chat, call 1-800-836-826. Cheryl is so generous with her time. Aroma.com.au is the website. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee and free delivery. It's been a pleasure, my darling. Thank you so much. You are the goddess of YouTV, you know that. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you.
Stay tuned, don't go anywhere, because there's going to be more on YouTV.